In the headlines, fear gulps Lagos residents as flood submerges many houses and cars. Bandits raid villages in Zamfara after arrest of gang leader's father. And death toll from Europe floods worsens in Belgium. Hello and welcome to TrustTV News Updates. I am Martia Umar. For more news updates, follow us on all of our social media platforms. On Facebook and YouTube is TrustTV News. On Instagram is at TrustTV_news. Now the news in detail. Fears and anxiety have gripped many Lagos residents as floods submerged many houses in the commercial city. Several vehicles are submerged underwater impacts at the popular marina axis of Lagos Island on Friday as heavy rainfall persisted for hours. The state government said it is stepping up cleaning of canals blocked by refuse in 4 local government areas. The flooding also affected traffic flow in many parts of the city as commuters groaned. Ibrahim Farin-Loye, acting coordinator, National Emergency Management Agency, speaks to TrustTV on what NEMA is doing to mitigate the impact of the flood.
For some years now, we've never seen such. Within the shortest time, with the quantum of water released from the sky. So based on this, we were all concerned, especially when the children were in school, because it started around 11. Children were supposed to have gone on vacation for the festival, Muslim festival coming up. So when this race started, after 2 hours, we had to go into the public, release public information for safety and caution for all residents. Not only in Lagos, the rain also got to part of Ogun State, though within the Ogun State capital, based on our monitoring, it was milder than what happened in Lagos. But with the information, the safety warning and caution sign information released, people were all abide by it. The school children, we succeeded in getting the schools, keep it in the children till around 5:30 because the rain stopped around 10 minutes after 5 o'clock. But as at now, we don't have any case of missing person or any report of people being swept away. The only incident we had was a sort of boat mishap, which led to capsizing of a boat which took off from 5 Cowries terminal around Apapa going to Badagry. Fortunately, we were able to rescue the 5 people alive without any injury.
Gunmen under the control of Bandits leader in Zamfara state, locally known as Turji, on rampage abducting villagers and travelers in Shinkafi local government area of the state. The attacks followed the arrest of Turji's father. Daily Trust reports that about 150 persons have been taken hostage by the group in the last 24 hours. Sources told the medium that security agents picked up Turji's father in Kano about 2 weeks ago, and his whereabouts have remained unknown. Aside from raiding the villages, the bandits also reportedly abducted many travelers along Kosau-Sokoto Road in reaction to the arrest of their leader's father. Zamfara State Governor Bello Muhammad Matawali says that fake news has serious disadvantages, cautioning media practitioners to avoid its spread so that society is not destroyed. Matawali, who was represented by the Special Advisor on Security, DIG Mohammed Safed, retired, said this while speaking at the first pre-election lecture with the topic Effect of Fake News on Security, organized by the Correspondent Chapel of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ Zamfara State Council, for the chapel's 2021 elections. He added the fake news is a lethal bomb that can destroy beyond imagination. However, the Dean of Student Affairs, Federal University Gusau, Professor Muhammad Lawal, described fake news as false, misconceived and misleading information tenders as news, which is in most cases rather used as deceptive tactics to cover falsehood. Similarly, the Minister of Mines and Steel Development, Olamileko Adegbite, has urged Nigerians to build consensus and stop the spread of fake news that is detrimental to the unity of the country. Adegbite gave the warning when he paid a courtesy visit to the Managing Director of the News Agency of Nigeria in his office on Friday in Abuja. According to him, what Nigerians need now more than ever is confidence in spoken words.
Right now, we need to build a consensus so that the trusted sources will take the upper hand. By and by, I think none is succeeding, but we need to do more so that at least those trusted sources can take the upper hand. Because these days, you just wake up, you read some news, and it spread like wildfire. Bringing opportunities like this where we can invite people to come and talk, provides a platform where truths can be disseminated, and of course through your wide platform.
Speaking in the same vein, the Managing Director of the News Agency of Nigeria, NAN, Buki Ponle, gave assurance of the agency's integrity in the dissemination of information, adding that news tips received by the agency are verified before they are published.
Incident of such, there was no story of such. The reporters, we asked them to find out there wasn't any iota of truth. You can imagine how many people will have believed that statement. But because that fellow called me, at least I gave him the assurance that nothing of such happened at that particular time in Abuja. How many are we now going to explain to, just like that? And we have been trying as much as possible to ensure that whatever comes out of NAN is the truth. Not only the truth, it has to conform to the social responsibility policy, ethics of the profession, which we journalists learn.
Nigeria's Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has reported an additional 132 new cases of coronavirus as of Friday, July 16th. The NCDC gave the figures on its official website handle on Saturday morning. The new infections indicate a decrease from 159 cases registered on Thursday. The NCDC noted that no death is reported as of July 16, 2021, leaving Nigeria's total number of deaths from the pandemic at 2,126. Given the risk presented by the new variants of the COVID-19, the NCDC has urged Nigerians to continue to observe preventive measures. And coming up after the break, a controversial preacher remanded in police custody. Do stay with us.
Get latest updates on current topical issues and breaking news by downloading the TrustTV mobile app on your Android devices. Go online, click Google Play Store, search TrustTV, install the app, and get doses of unfiltered information on happenings all over the world in your pocket. TrustTV, documenting the Nigerian story.
My name is Samuel Dada. Yakubu Isa, ana mana kabila jeje. Anyani Mufa. A wannan harkar ce muke dan samun abinci, har muke taimaka mu wasu da yawa. Looking for private jobs. Sometimes you get employed and the process of payment, you undergo some kind of stress.
Welcome back, and here's a recap of our top stories. Fears and anxiety have gripped many Lagos residents as floods submerged many houses in the commercial city. Several vehicles are submerged underwater impacts at the popular marina axis of Lagos Island on Friday as heavy rainfall persisted for hours. We also told you that gunmen under the control of Bandits leader in Zamfara state, locally known as Turji, are on rampage, abducting villagers and travelers in Shankafi local government area of the state. The attacks followed the arrest of Turji's father. And moving on to more stories. Nigerian High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, Ambassador Shafa Ishola, has met with eminent Yoruba leaders and Ohanese Ndigbo in London on Friday to dialogue on current security issues in Nigeria. The dialogue is centered on the efforts of the federal government to tackle internal security in Africa's most populous country, which has been plagued by insecurity in recent years. The Yoruba and Igbo leaders at the meeting reiterated their beliefs in the unity of Nigeria and the need to preserve it as a corporate entity. Both parties also stressed the need for dialogue and continuous engagement on matters of concern to all Nigerians, particularly those in the UK. An upper Sharia court has ordered for the remand of controversial Islamic preacher Sheikh Abdul Jabbar Kabara in police custody. The cleric is facing charges bordering on blasphemy and public incitement. The judge Qadi Ibrahim Sadikiyola adjourned hearing in the case till July 28. His arrest and arraignment followed a public debate last week on controversies his preaching has generated. In an interview with TrustTV before his arrest, the controversial cleric said organizers of the debate have not treated him fairly and justly.
Shine muƙabala an tsara ta tun kafin mu zauna da result ɗinta da komai. Ko ya ta kaya an riga an fidda yadda ake so ta zama. Dalili na kan haka shine ganin yadda aka sauya duk tsare-tsaren da aka faɗa wa jama'a a duniya za a yi ba ɗaya da aka yi. Cewa za a yi ta buɗaɗɗiya sai aka yi ta rufaffiya. Za a ɗora ta live sai aka yi recording.
Ahead of this year's Eid al-Kabir celebration, high cost of rams and other sacrificial animals may hinder many Muslims from enjoying Salah festivities in Abuja. Though many Muslim faithful are in high spirit, waiting to enjoy the celebration and blessings that accompany the annual festival. I took a trip to some of the biggest ram markets in Abuja, and this is what I found out. Eid al-Kabir, also known as Festival of Sacrifice, is one of the most important feasts in the Islamic calendar because it is an occasion to celebrate the willingness of Prophet Ibrahim to sacrifice his son, Ismail, in submission to Allah's command. Rams slaughtered by the faithful is a part of religious obligation to demonstrate belief in Prophet Ibrahim's submission to Allah through sacrifice. It's few days to the Eid al-Kabir Salah celebration, which automatically means a visit to the market. But some people are skeptical about how this year's celebration will be. This is largely attributed to the cost of food items and of course ram for the Eid al-Kabir celebration. We're right now at the fruit market to see how preparations and patronage for the ram is going.
We're always thank God because He give us opportunity to gather ourselves here to sell our ram peaceful. So, sincere speak, every year we are not facing any problem or less different of price. This year cost us every year, but we thank God we're alive. For example, this ram you see, if last year we are going to sell it like 130, but now it's 170. Everything don't increase. But we are not happy because, you know, if everything costs, people are not happy and people will enter hard condition.
So you can't compare this year with last year price. So last year the ram I got like 40,000 naira. Here now they are saying 60,000. So the one of 70k last year they are saying 100,000 now. So also compare it with the last year food. So I used to buy the mudu of the food. Look at it. Per mudu then I used to buy like 100 naira per mudu. But here now they are telling me 200 naira per mudu. Which I will have no option. I have to buy because I already got in my ram.
This year our problem is very cost. Not be like last year. So there's a problem we are facing for this year. Because this year not be like last year. We are buying very costly. The ram we can buy last year is 50,000. This year is 80,000, 85,000.
From our findings here, the prices of ram for this year is a bit expensive compared to what we have last year. Because of the significance of the ram to the Eid al-Kabir Salah celebration, patronage are ongoing as usual. Martia Umar, Trust TV News, Abuja.
And in business, Nigeria's Consumer Price Index of CPI, a measurement of the rate of change in prices of goods and services, has declined to 17.75% in June from 17.93% recorded in May 2021. The Consumer Price Index report for June, released by the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS), shows that the prices have continued to increase in June 2021. However, it was at a slower rate than it did in the previous month. The country's headline index on a month-on-month basis moved by 1% in June 2021. This figure was 0.5 percentage points higher than what was recorded in May 2021, pegged at 1%. On the international scene, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad was sworn in for a fourth 7-year term in the war-torn country. The May elections were described by the West and Assad's opposition as illegitimate and a sham. Saturday's ceremony was held at the presidential palace and attended by clergymen, members of the parliament, political figures, and army officers. In power since 2000, Assad's re-election in a landslide was never in doubt. His new term starts with the country still devastated by 10 years of war and sliding deeper into a worsening economic crisis. Still on the international scene, a death toll from devastating floods in Europe has grown to 153 as of Saturday morning. Belgium was hit by the flood, will observe a day of mourning for the victims on July 20th. German authorities confirmed that 90 people have died in the Rhineland-Palatinate region and 43 have died in neighboring North Rhine-Westphalia. Rescue helicopters, fire crews and the military were deployed to the western German regions after rivers burst their banks due to the heavy rainfall. The powerful flow of water swept up cars and destroyed houses in rural areas. Local media previously reported that many residents were unaccounted for because the phone connection is down. In sports, the chief of the Tokyo Olympics tried to reassure worried athletes on Saturday as the Games village is hit by its first coronavirus case 6 days before the pandemic-delayed event opens. As thousands of competitors poured into Japan for the Games, which will largely take place without spectators, the positive test of an unnamed person in the village heightened worries over biosecurity. About 11,000 athletes and tens of thousands of officials and media are flying in for the Games. The capital remains a coronavirus state of emergency and has in recent days recorded its highest case number since the month of January. And that's the news at this hour. For more updates, follow us on all of our social media platforms. On YouTube and Facebook is at TrustTV News. On Instagram is at TrustTV_news. Thank you for watching. I am Martia Umar. Enjoy the rest of your evening.